Well, we are here, the final game of the year, aka the big dance. And boy, do we have a cracker on this Sunday. Two of the biggest clubs out at Sydney, in Sydney's West. We will see the Panthers go. Will we see the Panthers go back to back, or will the Eels break one of the biggest droughts in rugby league? Do we know? Not really, but we're going to try and land a couple of winners. Welcome to Let It Ride. Joining me, as always, the handsome one, the greatest thing to come out of Canberra since Phil Smythe, Ryan Hammy Goodman. How excited are you this week, mate?
Big rap there, biggest since Phil Smythe. That's picked me back up, Rose. It was a tough weekend across the code for me in the AFL land. I was at that game, very disappointing as a Swans fan. Thankfully, Robbie Williams and Delta gave me something to sort of cheer for early in the day, but that was pretty much where it ended for me until we got into the game that evening and had a couple of little winners there, Rose. I'm sure we'll go through them in a moment, but I'm excited for this game. Great to see a big battle of the West as the grand final. And probably, there's a lot of chat always about Olympic Park and, its feasibility as a venue. But I think you've probably got the perfect two teams to actually have it heaving on the weekend. Geographically, they're nice and close. It'll be rocking out there on Sunday. So I am looking forward to it.
It is going to be a massive, massive day. But yeah, you went to the game, didn't you? You went to the Swanee, the grand final.
Yes.
Robbie Williams, yeah, he was very good entertainment there before the grand final. But ultimately, the Swans went down. How are you feeling during the week, mate? After that, going to because AFL grand final is a massive, massive thing to even get tickets to go. To have your team in there and then ultimately see them lose or get flogged, really.
Yeah. Well, this is the last three times I've been to watch my boys play in a grand final, they've lost. I've seen one win live, which is great. I will be able to take that to the grave. But I'm 1 from 4 now, and 2 of them have been big thumpings. So not overly enjoyable. It just feels like a bit of a waste of a season. Like, you've done so well to get there. I mean, the Cats are the best team all year.
Yep.
They're sort of Penrith Panthers-esque, I guess, the Cats. Bit of a cat theme there.
Have to say their Mad Monday get up, all the old fellas, was
hilarious.
Absolutely. Everyone gave it to them, especially your Sportsbet guys. Give it to them all year, and I have to say their get up was amazing. Patrick Dangerfield. I saw he shared a video of him actually getting prepared, and it was amazing. But
it was good, wasn't it? But look, it was tough to swallow. But the thing about it was, Rosie, I probably came to terms with it pretty early in the day.
Yep.
So I did start I think
it was over by half time, really, wasn't it? Like it was.
Yeah.
No way they'll come back from that.
They're all over us, and everything went wrong. Everyone had probably their worst game of the year, bar 1 or 2 Swans players. So I think, got over it nice and early. Came to terms with it early. You got to stay to the end, especially at a grand final, just to feel that pain as a fan, just so that you really appreciate, if you get the chance to win one a bit later.
Drives you for next year, doesn't it? It's just a driver. Yeah.
Hopefully it drives the boys as well. But, I mean, I don't know. There's probably a bit of a hypothetical there. Would you rather win the spoon or get spanked in a grand final? And I've had the pleasure of doing both this year with my West Tigers and the Swans. So, I think probably get spanked because at least you had a few things to cheer for through the year.
Yeah.
To get there.
I think so. It is a hard pill to swallow at the end of the season, getting spanked by, what was it, 80 points or something.
80 points or something, yeah.
But, that's the equivalent, I suppose, if you look in the NRL, maybe, 30 points, 30, 40 points. So, yeah, I think I'd still rather the grand final, the experience of, those the finals wins, the finish the season, in good form, all that sort of stuff. So, it's still a hard pill to swallow. But let's get on to the NRL.
Yeah, let's get on to it.
Tonight,
it's
mate,
an exciting one.
You're off to somewhere special. What's doing?
Yeah, I am. They let anyone in. Well, they don't even let me in, to be honest. I'm doing the Dally M red carpet again with the great Randy Wanless. So that should be a little bit of fun out at Randwick there. They move it around. PVL, he's got the taking a cut of the bar table or something out there at Randwick Racecourse. So it'll be out there.
Who's your pick, mate?
My pick, I think I'm just going to go what most others are saying. I think Ben Hunt, what a year he had, no one pinching any votes off him there at the Dragons, really. I don't think. Great Origin series, not that really matters, but, he was top of mind. And I think with these big awards, wherever they are, Allan Border Medal, Brownlow, Dally M, if you're top of mind and people are talking about you to win that award a lot, I feel like a lot of the vote, you're kind of in the brains of the people who get the votes out anyway. So even if you have a game that's on par with someone, they're probably going to flick you a couple. I reckon that's how it works anyway. So, yeah, I think he's going to be pretty tough to beat. I guess Nico Hines had a great year as well. And if he does win, I guess what might get him there is that the team's actually had success off the back of him being good as well.
Yep.
Like they've got, they got top four. But I just wonder whether a couple of other players in his team may have, through the season, pinched the odd vote here or there off him. But either of those two would be my thoughts, Roasty. I don't know where you're thinking.
Yeah, look, I have to say, like, I'm a Dragons fan, and every win, he's 3 points because, he's the reason why we win. And even when we lose, he's still very prominent in the game. So there'll be a few games there where we've lost that he's picked up 1, even possibly 2 points. So, but every game that we've won, he's a 3-point star. So, he picks up a lot of points. Like you said, there's not many players taking them away from him. The other one, you look at Munster. He was down a fair bit, but he had a massive period throughout Origin. There was I think there was 3 or 4 games back to back where he could potentially have man of the match after Origin there. So he's another chance. Plus, I also picked him at the start of the season, so that's the reason why I'm riding him. But look, it's going to be a great night. Hopefully, we see some drama in some of the votes, which we always do. Always creates a good thing on social. So, but yeah, I'll back my boy Benny Hunt or Cameron Munster. So, but yeah, now we have
forward to it.
Grand Final week, the greatest week on the calendar. 3 amazing games of footy jam packed into one day. What does Grand Final look like? Dave, look like for you, Hammy? Like barbecue, beers? How do you settle in?
I actually don't know what. I actually have got nothing planned at this stage of race. There's been so much going on, with my team getting spanked in a grand final and Dally M and other stuff with work. I haven't even really sat down and had a good think about it. I reckon it could be a bad day to be a couch here at Goodman HQ. I reckon I'm just going to strap myself to the couch. I'll probably do a bit of pinch hitting for old time's sake with the Sports Set boys. Hope on some of the coverage there through the day because it is one of the great days. I love just the way you kind of feel the energy. You even feel it through the TV, the energy building through the 3 games, right through the afternoon.
Yeah,
and, the Eels have got two teams. They're both their women's and their men's team playing on grand final day. So if you're an Eels fan, that's an absolute fill up. You're getting down there early and soaking all that up. But I think I'll be here is probably my game. But I assume you'll be there in the shed up at Parks.
Mate, up in the shed. I will lock myself up here. Luckily, my wife's brother's turning up this weekend with his kids, so my wife will swing around to the in-laws, take the kids. I'll have the house to myself, have the old place to myself, so I'll just settle in here, cook some wings, for lunch. That's normally my go-to. Although I did purchase the other day because I lost my original copy, but Fatty's cookbook, barbecue cookbook. So I'm going to go through that. I'm going to try and find a good recipe in there. And maybe sizzle something up for the evening. I'll keep the viewers along the NRL roast through the story.
I was going to say, please. I can't wait to watch. That could almost be the highlight of the day. Give us a bit of Insta story stuff and maybe a little kind of digestible reel/TikTok. To go with it.
I want to do it through the off season. Obviously, it's summer. You get the barbecue out a lot more. And maybe try up some of Fatty's recipes and give them some ratings. I think it'll be content gold.
The synergies with food and the equity in the roast brand, I think it's just, you'd be silly to not, bring the two together in some. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I would be the first to buy a copy of Roasty's cookbook if you were to launch on for next year for the footy season.
Copy Fatty's and just whack my face on it.
Yeah, it could be a mixture of like barbecue stuff and just stuff to eat while you're having the footy.
Food.
Little party pies and all that sort of stuff.
Turn the oven on to 200. Put the frozen party pies in. Take them out when cooked. Done. Like how easy is that?
Enjoy. Yeah. Pair it with a little bloke in a bar or a Capital Brewing or something like that.
A little what are they? Tomato proof or whatever it is for instead of tomato sauce. But yeah.
Love it. I love it. Well, there you go. There's a little project for you over there.
There we go. Content.
Yep.
Mate, yeah, it's going to be a ripper day. Cannot wait. But let's quickly touch on last week before we get into the big one. Because we did have some success, if you followed along with us. Hemi, In the Eels Cowboys game, took the Eels to win. They were outsiders.
You're welcome.
Will Penasini. Now, you did mention him as first try scorer, but ultimately you went with Chatty Townsend.
Yeah.
He did score $3.50, good price, as well as Mike Sevo. So you came out on top there for that game. Eels, your multi, Eels to win, Sevo, and the unders. The unders was 42.5, 44 points scored in the game. So a little bit of a bad beat there with a
stitch up.
One conversion costing you, I think it was about a $6 or $7 multi there. But
I was hanging out on Moses to miss that one out on the sideline at the end there. He'd missed an easier one not long before. I was like, here we go, we're on here. But anyway, that's punting.
Bunnies, Panthers, Bunnies plus 8.5, way off there, mate. Told you.
Yeah.
I went against you, but you took Walker 4.30, which put you in front for the game. I missed your multi by one leg again. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was
Bunnies at plus 8.5.
The Bunnies plus 8.5.
And it ended up being Ketter, didn't it? Who came in for Johnson?
He did, yes. So swap him in. But and you did say that. You said if Johnson's out, put Kenner in there. So ultimately, still a profitable just weekend for you.
Yep.
Myself, Eels 1-12 at 3.50, and then I did say either team by 6 or less at 2.70, which was just a tip, but I won't claim that one. 3.50.
Claim it.
No. I tip it. I didn't put it on. Missed my multi by. I had Eels scoring first. Unfortunately, the Cowboys got over. No, hold on. Eels scored first.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, I took Cowboys scoring first. That was the thing that I missed out because I took the overs and either team by 6 or less, or 8 or less. So very close. As the great Marvin O'Day Meatloaf said, 2 legs out of 3 ain't bad. Panthers minus 8.5, took that. Unlucky Stephen Crichton denied a try, but we move on. Got Walker at a good price as well, 4.30 as well. The multi missed it. Taylor took Panthers 13 plus, which they end up getting up, but the other two were shit out. So go on there. But mate, let's get into it. The big dance. Before we do, actually, I just want to highlight a little thing that's been doing the rounds, but I think it came from Reddit. Someone found this info, so shout out to the Reddit team. In 1986, the last time the Eels won the premiership, Top Gun was the highest grossing film in that year. Currently, the highest grossing film this year is Top Gun Maverick, the sequel. Now, there is a chance that Avatar, when Avatar beats it, because it's been released on the 16th of December. Now, it has 15 days to break $1.4 million. Now, you think, no chance. If you go back, 1.4 billion. So that's how much...
billion.
Yep, Top Gun has made so far.
Gross.
So if
it's not beating it. Well,
the thing is, Avatar 1, it set the record for the fastest movie to earn $1 billion. It took 19 days. It is interesting to see.
Maybe we're talking to the wrong demographic here, but I won't be going to see that. And I definitely went to see Top Gun. And especially not in the first 9 days that it's out. So
It took 19 days to reach 1 billion back in 2009. So obviously, prices have increased and all that, but it's got to do it in 15 days. It's a big ask. I think Top Gun remains the highest grossing film, and we're going to get into the game here in a second. But I think it's a good omen there for the Eels.
Yeah, okay. And at Sportsbet, we actually have popped a little market up. Eels to win the comp and Top Gun to be the highest grossing film. They'll get you 425. So if you're feeling confident on the Eels, I reckon Top Gun's a good thing there. So
yeah. Mate, let's get into it. Panthers v Eels. Panthers favourites in the match at $1.37 with Eels 3.10, the outsiders. The line being set at 8.5, and the over-under is 38.5. Now,
low.
It is low, but I suppose, grand finals, we don't normally see a lot of points. I'll get in some stats in a sec, but I'll go through the team list real quick. So we've got everything there. So for the Panthers, Dylan Edwards, Charlie Staines, Tago, Crichton, To'o. And the halves, Jerome Luai, Nathan Cleary, Moses Leota, Appy Coruscant, James Fisher-Harris, William Kikau, Liam Martin, Isaiah Yeo. Very, very strong team, has been for a while. On the bench, Mitch Kenny, Scott Sorensen, Spencer Lenu, and Jamin Salmon. For the Eels, Clint Gutherson, Mike Sevo, Penasini, Simonson comes in. He's there for Opposec and Wonga Blake. Halves, Dylan Brown, Mitch Moses. Up front, Regan Campbell, Gillard, Reed Marnie, Junior Paulo, Sean Lane, Isaiah Papali'i, Ryan Madison. Again, very strong forward pack. Off the bench, though, Nathan Brown, the enforcer, comes in. Apparently, it's saw something this morning. The news has made the foot of the mountains the reason why he's been picked. So I expect a fiery clash when he comes on the field.
What is the reason there?
Well, he's just going to come out and belt them.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be good to see. Yeah, he could just be a 20-minute madman. It's going to be exciting. Oregon Kafusi and Murata Nakore is their bench. So, mate, two strong sides. Some absolutely juicy matchups across the park here, Hemi.
There is.
Two of the most reliable players at the back. Staines against Sevo seems a bit like a mismatch, but you have to give Panthers the edge here in the backs, I think. Blake has been the suspect under the high ball. Penasini's been great, but Tago, Crichton, Toe, just too well drilled here and tough. Pretty even in the halves, I think. I'd take Brown over Luai, but Cleary over Moses. The forwards where the game's going to be won. I actually spoke with Tim Menner last night. So if you're listening here, a podcast with Tim Menner previewing the grand final will be released tomorrow, Thursday. Keep an eye out for that one. I asked him last night, where does this forward pack sit in the history of the club? I think it's one of the best, and he sort of agreed it's one of the best he's seen in a long time. So they're strong all the way through. Class with Isaiah Papali'i, Sean Lane, and Laney has to be chanced with the Clive Churchill as well, the way he's been playing.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to give the bench to the Panthers. However, like I said, Nathan Brown, the enforcer, off the pine after 20 for the Eels, could be a scary thing for the Panthers. He just could be used as a wrecking ball for 20 minutes, try and stop the rhythm of the Panthers pack. But what's got you excited for the game, mate?
Mate, I agree with you. Some great matchups there right around the park. And I pretty much agree with everything that you've said there. The big one for me, and they exposed it in the first week of the finals, was the Wonga Blake under the high ball. And when I went to watch the Raiders game a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't believe that. I don't think they even put one bomb up to him.
Yeah.
He had one or two went up to him last week, struggled. Cleary will be licking his lips. Everything will be going towards him, I would have thought. He's a smart cookie, Nathan Cleary. He doesn't miss opportunities like that. He knows who's packing him under the high ball and stuff. So that is going to be a big area of concern. If I was the coach, I'd just be roosting high balls at him all week, just getting him bomb fit for the game.
Are you saying Wonga Blake should pack a spare pair of undies for the second half?
Yeah, I'm saying that.
Yep.
100%. Anyway, I think it's going to be a hell of a game. I do think the Panthers are too strong, too smart. They've been chiplet, the benchmark all year. If we know the Eels have beaten them twice this year. If they'd beaten them in their last two times, had the recent wood over them, I would have gone, yep. I reckon they're a sniff. I just reckon the Panthers are going to be too good. I don't know that they're going to blow them away. I know 13 plus gets you $2.30. I'm not going there. I reckon Panthers 1-12 is probably my play at about $3.10.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll run through some stats before we go Puntember.
Yeah.
Like you said, the Eels have had the two regular season wins during the year, losing that first week of the finals. I think, could the Eels, do the 2021 Panthers, lose to the team in week one of the finals and come back to claim the victory over them in the grand final? I think it's a really hard game to pick. A few little stats. So I went over the last 10 grand finals. 7 games were decided by 1-12, only 3 by 13 plus. 7 games were under 40 points. The average margin of victory is 10.2 points, with 31.8 average for the total match points. So, I think that 38.5 points for the over under is well put. Either team by 1-12. If you're looking at the Panthers to win, that 1-12 seems like a safe bet. Do you want to go through your Puntember, mate, or do you want me to go first?
I'm happy to plough through. So I think I touched on the Panthers there. I think they'll be too good. I've gone Panthers 1-12. I noticed that they've won their last, 8 of their last 10 finals. The Panthers have won by less than 10 points. Let me just quickly check that stat.
Yeah, wow.
8
of their last 10, did you say?
8 of Penrith's last 10 finals have been decided by a margin of 6 points or less.
Wow.
So there's one for all the TriBet fans out there. Either side by 6 or less for this game will get you $3.10.
Yep.
You're getting the same price for Panthers 1-12, which I think, if you think the Panthers will win, you're giving yourself an extra sort of 6 points to play with there.
Yep.
But that's good. I hope we get a bit of a repeat of that, because I want the grand final to be a nice close game, not a boring blowout like we saw last week in the AFL. So Panthers just. First try, I mean, I gave him a passing mention last week, Will Penasini. He scored the first try in 3 of his last 6 games, and he's $23 to score the first try in the grand final. So, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. I'm just putting him in there. I think maybe at the price there, given his history, love scoring first, I'm throwing him in, even though I think the Panthers win the match. So there we go. Anytime try scorers. I think Viliame Kikau, I've got him in my multi too, actually. In his last game for the club, crashes over, gets one, emotional scenes, maybe when it matters, to be honest. I can see him kind of combining with Cleary there on the edge and getting over, as he's done so many times. $2.75 you're getting for him. And I just think at the price, Mike Acevo, $2.35, that was a nice, you could almost happily just sort of sit there and back that as a one-off bet, because, any time you get him over that $2 mark, I reckon he's definitely worth a look. Big Micah.
Especially coming up against Staines as well.
Exactly. You spoke of the mismatch there with Staines. Churchill. Now, it's a bit boring to go Cleary, even though, I reckon it will probably be him if the Panthers win. You spoke about that top of mind awareness factor and stuff like the Dally M or whatever. I think it applies in this as well. But maybe Kikau, small bet for him, maybe at $26. Just again, bit of a storyline, leaving the club, last game for the club. Sticks out as well. Obviously, the big peroxide brush of hair there that he's got. So I'm thinking of those two. You mentioned this bloke, if the Eels win, he's been in great form. I know Vossi liked him this morning on Breakfast with Vossi as well. Sean Lane. He's had a hell of a finals series. Big dude, sticks out as well. So $21 you're getting about him. But I think it'll be one of the Panthers players is probably where I'm leaning. And as it's the last multi of the year, Roasty, I am, I've opened up the shoulders here a little bit. Panthers 1-12. Kikau anytime. Sevo anytime. $17.50. Gamble responsibly. Yeah.
Love that. Love that bet.
Yeah. What have you got for me?
Well, I'm going to go, just say this. So I talked about pressure last night with which team's under more pressure, whether it's the Panthers going back to back. Everyone's expecting them to win. There is pressure there. Or the Eels to break the 36 years premiership drought. And I think it's hard to say which team has more pressure, but I just think it's a year. I think it's the year the Eels break it. I'm going Eels head-to-head, 310. I think it's a great storyline for either club, but I'm going the upset. I don't know. I want to see a fairy tale this year. And either way, really, you see back-to-back, a strong club win it, or you see this team that break 36 years of misery. So I'm going to go the drought breakers, the Eels, 310. I want to see some action. First try scorer, sticking with my man Mike Acevo, $11.50. I think he's strong there. Staines caught out of place a few times last week, and you really can't do it against this side. So, and especially this man. Give me the big Fijian at $11.50. Anytime, I'm going Appy at $5.25. I thought that was great value. Comes in after about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, darts in around. I could see him causing a ruckus there before halftime. Dylan Brown as well. Loves running the ball, 5.10. And I've just got a feeling I think he's on. I think he'll be on this game. And if we are to win, he's to have if we are to win, here I am.
Interesting. Here we go.
Yeah. The Eels are to win. I think he needs to, he'll be the one to step up. My multi. Now, I've gone stock standard. I didn't think we were going big, but either team by 8 or less. Our favourite bet of the year, the try bet, I think, again, it's going to be closer, but I'm taking that extra 2 points just because of that, field goal late to if they're 6 points in front. So our favourite bet of the year, I can't leave it now. Second half to be the highest scoring half. This game in the finals week 1, there was 13 points in it and end up being 20 odd points in the second half. So I think a bit of battle of attrition here in the first half, some points in the second. But if Eels are to win, they've got to score at least 3 tries. So I'm taking the Eels over 14.5 points, and that's going to get me $6.25 for my multi. So a lot less than you, but I'm sort of hoping bagging an Eels win here to get that. So
yeah,
that's me.
It's not the size of your multi; it's how you use it, Roasty. 100%. So good
what
luck.
I'm going to do is also do a Roasties Puntember. So if you want to join in the action, what I'll do is I'm going to put up in the story a bunch of options, and we'll get the votes. I did this last couple of years as well. It's been a good thing. So I'll put up a few things. Help us decide what is going to be the Roasties Puntember bet multi, and I'll do the results up there. My Clive Churchill, I just need to go through some stats here real quick, mate.
Oh, yes.
15 winners, have so over 36 in total. 15 winners have been in the halves. 6 of the last 10 have been a half or 5-8. 6 fullbacks, 13 forwards, 6 locks, 3 props, 4 second rowers, and just the 2 hookers. The award does favour those flashy players. You mentioned Nathan Cleary going back-to-back premierships, Clive Churchill's. He's a great chance. But if the Panthers win, I feel it's almost like too obvious to be him. And like if it's close, the judges may opt for someone else, thinking he's already won one. Someone else might deserve one, which, does happen. It has been thinking of the forwards. I first thought Api Coruscant, he's 2 regular season games saw him break out like 50-plus tackles against the Eels. 2 out of his 4 games were against 50-plus tackle games were against the Eels. But with Ivan now playing him off the bench, coming in, sort of, lowers his chances a little bit. But if he scores, breaks the game open around halftime, he could be talked about a lot more as a game boosted him back up. So keep an eye on him. I thought Isaiah Yeo, he was close even last year, 160 plus meters, 30 odd tackles, reliable as always. And remembering the start of this year, he had like 5 straight games of man of the match, was leading the Dally M after 4 or 5 rounds. So
yes,
I think he's a good pick. He's my number 1 pick at $11. I'm going to take him. If Para win, I'm looking at 2 guys. Dylan Brown, like I said, he's going to be the one to break the game open. And if they are to win, he's the one to stand out. So I think $18 for him is good value. And got a hunch with him. And I've also got a hunch with the big fella up front. Regan Campbell-Gillard has been so strong in the finals and the whole year for the Eels. He's scored a couple of tries last week. He's been on fire all year. $34, great value. He's had some strong performances this year against the Panthers as well. So
that's a nice. Because a lot of people talking about him too, Roasty. So I quite like that for the big moustache.
When you said what's top of mind, everyone's talking about the forwards for the Eels.
Yep.
Everyone's talking about Sean Lane. He's a great pick.
Yep.
Would you get him at $18 or something? $16.
21.
Yeah, 21.
Yeah.
So some of these guys look away from, because I think the forward pack is going to be where it's decided. I think one of these guys could come out with it, could steal it from one of these flashier guys. So plenty of value there. But my pick for the Panthers is Panthers Isaiah $11. That's my pick for Clive Churchill.
If you want to hedge your bets on the Clive Churchill a little bit, you can actually do it with the sports bet selections. If you jump into the Clive Churchill little tab on the app, there's a few options here, Rosie. So any player wearing the number 1 jersey, $4.50. Any player wearing number 6, $9. Any player wearing number 7, $2.20. Any player wearing number 9, $11. So you mentioned the half, it kind of skews towards halves.
Yep.
So the 7, you're getting the $2.20, or the 6, you're getting $9. So it could almost be like a little 2 jersey play there that you go for. But again, if you want to kind of just whack it on a number, and then whoever wins, you could be in the game there. That could be a way to go. There's another one here, either Dylan Edwards or Dylan Brown to win the Clive Churchill. That'll get you $5.50 as well.
Jeez, I don't mind that as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, sorry, I just need to clarify as well. I said my number 1 pick for the Panthers, if they win, is Isaiah Yeo.
Yep.
For the Eels, Dylan Brown is my number 1 pick. And I'm picking the Eels to win, so I'm sticking with Dylan Brown. But number 1 pick for either team, Isaiah Yeo, Dylan Brown. But look at Regan Campbell-Gillard, 34. Or either Dylan. I'm really liking that bet at $5.50. I might take that. So
yeah, either Dylan into Eels and Top Gun.
Mate, what a massive
Gamble Responsibly.
Gamble Responsibly, of course. But we are going to absolutely enjoy the weekend, enjoy the football. Like Gammy said, gamble responsibly, but have fun. Enjoy the weekend, mate. It's going to be massive. Can't wait for it. 3 back-to-back massive games. I've got Panthers. Actually, I'll take Panthers. Just quick tips. Panthers in the State Cup. And I'm going to back the Knights. I'm going to back the Knights in the women's NRLW.
Yep.
I think they've had a strong year. It'll be a great game. Even though Para, they only had 1 win during the regular season. Got them in the finals. They beat the Roosters last week. Now they're in the grand final. So, but I'm liking, it's going to be a great matchup, but I'm liking the Knights.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it. Big carnival of footy, Roasty. So
massive day.
Let's go the tribe bet, as we say on this show.
Yes. But as always, enjoy footy, gamble responsibly, let it ride, and we'll talk soon. This could be our last show, actually. I didn't even think about that. We'll catch up in a couple
Emotional stuff.
Sounds
good,
we'll
Roasty.
talk some World Cup stuff, but I better let you go. You got a flight to catch.
I do.
Thanks, legend.
Ta-ta. Farewell. Gamble responsibly. See ya.
See you, mate.